Hey, everybody. First off, I wanted to make a point to UW. This is my countertop that you're on. So you're like looking up at me. He was saying that my viewers have to look up at me. And I was like, look, there's not much I can do about it. I don't have a lot of furniture. Just moved in my house not long ago. I've tried several places to put the computer. So this is my countertop, and this is me standing in front of it, and you're still looking up at me. I know nobody wants to see my double chin. So this is on top of my coffee pot, so we can try that. Okay? Maybe he's just trying to look down my shirt. We don't know. But the light is good in here today. Don't mind my kitchen. I'm still unpacking things, still cleaning, still doing the thing around here, okay? I don't know how many people are even going to show up. This is an awkward time of the day, but I need to make a video, and it takes a lot longer for me to sit and do the video and then upload it and everything than it does to just do a live stream. So can I kind of do a mixture of both? Everybody let me know in the comments what you think about live streams versus regular videos, okay? I still haven't figured out how to keep the live chat up. Apparently, when people go to check out the chat later, they don't get to see what we talk about over here, or what nobody's going to be talking about because no one will show up today. I don't know. We're going to see how the notifications are working out. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into the topics, since the majority of people are watching these after they're being created. Totally fine. No harm, no foul. See, I'm like, I don't like this view either, but we're just going to go with it. There were a couple new attacks and things that had taken place, so I wanted to go ahead and touch base on them. Okay, this one came from an anonymous viewer that emails me and prefers to stay anonymous, okay? And for many of you that heard IHD's live stream yesterday, and I know many of you did, and by the way, welcome to all the new subscribers and viewers. Welcome to the community. So happy to have you. I will second the motion. I don't care. There's a new guy, K9 Contrarian. I don't care if he outdoes both of us, as long as the message is getting out there. I don't care who's doing it. And this is not a competition. This isn't a battle for fame. You know, if you're trying to get famous by hating dogs, you figure something else out. When I was training animals, I had thousands of followers and people hanging off of my ass 24/7 to ask me questions about everything and praising me, and constantly. With now, it went from like thousands of followers to those very same people spazzing out on me and threatening me and all kinds of shit. So yeah, if this was a popularity contest, you've picked the wrong fucking field. So either love each other and let's help promote each other and let's act right, okay? Or shut the fuck up. It's a good idea. Also, Buster Gundo, I believe is the last name. You said that you were going to email me with some videos to help promote, and I didn't get them. So maybe there was a problem with the emailing. You might want to try again. Here is this article sent to me by this anonymous viewer, and it's from September 7th of 2021, and it's an elderly Puna woman was attacked by dogs and dies. An elderly Puna woman attacked by multiple dogs in Kiao last month succumbed to her injuries and was pronounced dead at Halo Medical Center on Sunday, September 5th. An autopsy has been scheduled for Friday, September 10th, to determine the exact cause of death. The incident occurred on Saturday, August 14th in the area of 12th Avenue in Hawaiian Paradise Park. According to the Hawaii Police Department, the 85-year-old woman was attacked by multiple neighboring dogs while she was out looking for her lost dog. What a terrible way to die, especially at that age. I mean, she's lived a long life, and now this. The victim's 89-year-old husband and an 88-year-old family member immediately went to her aid and were also attacked by the animals. The victim was bitten all about her neck, head, and arms, and had multiple lacerations and puncture wounds. All three victims were transported to HMC. The husband and male family member were treated for their injuries and released from the hospital. Following the incident, County of Hawaii animal control officers took two dogs into custody, so they didn't even catch them all. This investigation remains continued by the Hawaii Police Department Area and Criminal Investigation Section. Upon completion, it will be forwarded to the Office of the Prosecuting Attorney. I just miss the old days when they would just shoot these things. I don't fucking get it. You guys will never stop hearing me say that. I'll never understand. Police ask anyone with information about this incident to call the police department's non-emergency number, and they list the numbers. Residents wishing to report vicious dogs are also encouraged to call the police department's non-emergency number. So, at least they are reaching out and asking people to say something about this. That's encouraging, I'd suppose. Let me see. Where did my thing go? Uh-oh. We might have an issue. There we are. I found it. Oh, hey, look at all the people. Sorry, I was reading the article. Hey, Puma. It's Beanie. Taco. And, oh, cool. Is it the real X-Star? I like that. Yes. Hello, Gling. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Slime. Hi, everybody. Exactly. And like we read on the article the other day, they're trying to make these things like companions. They're not even going to call them pets anymore. They want to straight up make them human. That's the goal here, is to make fluffy humans. So when they choose a dog over a child, that it's no longer taboo. Okay, I got it. Cool. Thank you. Hey, Daniel. I understand lots of people have things to do. I actually had multiple things to do this morning, and I just got a little break. And so I thought, hey, it's a good time for me to go ahead and throw some content out there. So I wanted to talk about that. I also want to go back and touch base on the whole thing with IHD. Number one, I'm really glad he gave me another shout out. I appreciate him so much. Fuck Fluffy. Yeah, I wish everyone would be working together. We're all supposed to be working together. And that being said, welcome again to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for supporting this important message that we're all trying to get out there. And this isn't about whose dick is bigger. Okay. And I'm not polite. I'm a very nice person. Most of you already know that. But I'm not fucking polite, and I'll just say it like it is. This is not a whose dick's bigger contest. This is not a popularity contest. Like I said, if you were looking to be popular, you're in the wrong fucking game. Because I have become so unpopular with my friends and people on Facebook and stuff. Like I said, when I was training horses and animals and stuff, man, it was, oh, Ashley, everybody was all up my ass, and now everybody hates me. And I said, you can all suck my dog hating ass. I don't give a shit. I can't even say something like I'm an advocate. That's how I started out with people. I'm an advocate for dog bite victims, and I hate dogs. And people spaz out. You don't even care about your own fellow man, you fucking psychos. So fuck Fluffy, fuck all this shit. And wouldn't you guys know, like, the first thing that happened to me when I went to work this morning, as many of you know, I have my own business. And the first thing that happened, because my animal training reputation follows me around, the first thing was, hey, can you look at Fluffy? And I'm like, I was like, dude, you're going to have to pay me out the ass to look at Fluffy. I'm sick of looking at Fluffies. And he did. So I had to shut the fuck up, but at least I didn't have to do much. I mean, it's an old Fluffy. It's dying. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I had to get my frustrations out about that. Let's see. I like the new angle, but it's kind of messing with me. UW said that you guys are always having to look up at me. So now I'm trying something new where we're more at eye level. Does this feel good? I think he's just trying to look down my shirt. Whatever it takes. If that gets people to pay attention, what the hell is up? What the hell are you doing? There you are. Look, UW. Watch. This is my countertop. See? You'd be staring up at me more than ever. And then this, I know, is my coffee pot. This is the best I've found. Okay, cool. Okay, you and your... Not even gonna buy. Hi, Morpheus. So glad to see you. Okay, let's move on. I don't care what it is. I think this might be better. I've been trying to find a place in the house that's more appropriate. I'm just going to keep going from spot to spot. I had... He's like Joe Dirt when he's in the air balloon. I can see down your shirt. Guys, I got no fucking sleep last night. I was having nightmares about dogs all fucking night. What an idea, right? You know, see, this is nice. Yeah, it's like it's nice light coming in. You know, you can't. All right, let's move it to another email, people. Let's grow up. Let's not all grow up. Like some people I know that won't grow up. Whom shall remain unnamed, because I don't have to say their name because they're constantly outing themselves for being wildly immature. Here is an article that was sent to me by Sosana. I'm always fucking up her name. Sorry. You guys know how much I like to fuck up names. This is an article from Vice News, and like them or not, and I am definitely conflicted on Vice News, but the name of this article is Time to Cancel Police Dogs, Experts Say. Police canines are grossly, disproportionately used against people. They mention of color. They're just used, I think they're completely outdated and useless regardless. They inflict gruesome lifelong injuries and often attack people who have committed minor crimes. There's also a story that I'm going to touch base on about a woman who was just coming out of her house to go dump her trash and got attacked by a police dog. They weren't even looking for her, and she was being attacked. You guys might have remembered that video. It's a couple years old. This is from July 6th of 2021, so like I said, relatively recent, okay? Last month, the small northern Alberta town of High Prairie lowered its flag to half-mast, and a police department posted a touching social media tribute after an Indigenous man was killed during a tragic firefight. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police Facebook post and photo collage gathered more than 1,100 shares. Hold on, I'm going to turn my volume up. There we go. I'd forgotten about that. 4,200 likes and hundreds of comments calling the incident heartbreaking and offering love and prayers. Tragic accidents. But none of it was for the 29-year-old man that the police shot. That's why I was already rolling my eyes. After chasing him down for outstanding warrants related to unspecified crimes, it was all for a 5-year-old police service dog named Jago, who was also killed during the 2-day manhunt during what police called an exchange of gunfire. So they shot their own dog, killing the guy, right? Police dogs evoke public sympathy and adoration at a time when trust in law enforcement is at a record low. Yeah, anybody who's ever been attacked by one of these things is not looking at them with sympathy and adoration. The four-legged cops, are four-legged plague, are Instagram stars who visit schools and collect fawning comments on police department Facebook pages. Yeah, what about the one that attacked that special needs boy? You guys remember that? Canada's Federal Police Service even holds contests for kids to name its canine recruits. Ouch my brain, y'all. When they die, the dogs are often mourned in elaborate public funerals. Humans can't even afford funerals half the time, but yeah, you know. But their furry facade is unraveling as experts and civil rights activists call for an end to police dog deployment amid patterns of brutal and unnecessary attacks. Why are we willfully ignoring that we pay our police department to buy and train dogs to attack humans? Christy Lopez, a law professor who investigated police departments in her role with the U.S. Department of Justice under Barack Obama, said the canine officer's cutesy public image masks a broken system that is beyond repair. It's such a metaphor for the way we whitewash policing. It's as if we're gaslighting ourselves. Why are we willfully ignoring that we pay our police department to buy and train dogs to attack humans? We do not count either the cost or the benefit. We do not listen to people who have been harmed. We believe these Instagram accounts of these cute dogs, and so we have grossly upside down sense of the costs and benefits of these canines. Lopez has found police canines are grossly, disproportionately used against people of color. They inflict gruesome lifelong injuries and often attack people who have committed minor crimes. An extensive investigation led by the Marshall Project last year, examining more than 150 severe bites, found almost none of the victims were armed, and most were suspected of low-level nonviolent crimes. Some were innocent bystanders, as I pointed out earlier. Among those cases are an Arizona man whose face was bitten off and a 50-year-old a 51-year-old man who committed no crime but was mauled to death in Alabama when a dog tore an artery in his groin. This man committed no crime and was attacked in the testicle region in his groin and died. Can you imagine? Didn't even do anything wrong. But yeah, let's keep all these dogs around, right? Civil rights attorney DeWitt Lacey has represented more than a dozen victims of police dog bites. His clients are often poor, sometimes homeless, and their injuries vary from small puncture wounds to torn flesh and broken bones. A woman he's currently representing, Lorraine Frosto, was sleeping in an abandoned West Covina, California post office 2 years ago when she woke up to a police dog mauling her arm. The dog allegedly dragged her more than 40 feet while officers asked her questions before they slung her mangled arm behind her back to cuff her. Frosto underwent 4 surgeries, lost function in her left arm and hand, and was left with permanent deformities, as well as extreme psychological distress and a paralyzing fear of dogs and the police. The case prompted the American Civil Liberties Union of Southern California to call for an end to police dog use. That's a circumstance where, in my mind, they give the dog a reward for searching. Here, I'll let you have a chew toy. And that's despicable because no one should be treated like that. But these things happen with such frequency, especially with homeless people, that at some point we have to ask why. I couldn't sit there and watch a dog chomp on someone's arm for 3 minutes and not be very, very disturbed by it. But apparently these officers can. By contrast, Minneapolis-based civil trial lawyer Katie Bennett has dealt with several cases where a canine's handler panicked and tried unsuccessfully to pull the dog back as it's biting a victim. You can see they cannot get the dog off. They tend to pull instead of doing the proper release, and it makes the injuries way worse. Desiree Collins, a woman who represented and sued the city of St. Paul after a dog latched onto her elbow, that was the story I was referring to, as she was taking out her garbage in the morning while police were out looking for someone else. The dogs are not telling the difference between suspects and someone just walking out to take out their garbage. Bennett also helped litigate a successful $2 million lawsuit for Frank Baker, a man who was not suspected of any crime when he was brutally attacked by a police dog in 2016, while a cop kicked him in the ribs. In May, St. Paul officer Brett Palkowicz, was sentenced to 6 years in jail for the attack. Basically, the dogs are indiscriminate weapons. What have we been saying all this time, guys? Bennett said they're not telling the difference between suspects and someone simply taking out their garbage. The Journal of Forensic and Legal Medicine study counted 33,000 emergency room visits due to canine bites, police canine bites. 33,000. In the U.S. between 2005 and 2013, and found patients were predominantly male, with black men particularly overrepresented. The history of police canines in the U.S. is irrefutably racist, and dogs were deployed to chase slaves and later to quell civil rights protests in the 60s and 70s. Some police departments like St. Paul, Chicago, New Orleans, Oakland, and Seattle have recently moved to severely restrict police dog use in light of public criticism. Not only can canines be dangerous, but they're actually pretty bad at some of the jobs they're best known for. What am I always saying, guys? Used to train these things, not police dogs, other dogs, and search dogs. I trained search dogs. Someone asked me that the other day for live and cadaver. They're terrible at their jobs. Studies show drug-sniffing dogs are accurate less than half the time and tend to alert their handler of illegal drugs just to get a reward. Whether or not drugs are present, they're also trained to alert for signals by the police so they have a reason to search your car. It's just a fact. Even though dogs tend to act according to their handler's biases, their dubious alerts, give cops justification to search suspects. A Washington State police dog even died in 2015 after inhaling meth during a drug bust. Lopez says that drug-sniffing canines amount to a racially biased coin toss. Bob Eden, who has 40 years of dog training experience and worked for decades as a canine handler, said the problem lies in unregulated and often woefully inadequate training. While Canada requires officers to go through a 12 to 16-week training program led by other canine handlers, the U.S. is more laxed about this, with some police departments relying on civilian vendors offering 2 to 3 week programs. 2 to 3 weeks. I have seen dog handlers on the road in some states within as little as 10 days of training, because these dogs, they're just doing what they naturally do. I think IHD talked about this the other day too. They're attacking people. It tells you something that they're using the dog as a weapon, and they take very little training because they're a fucking weapon. Okay? Still, he's a strong believer in canine work, of course. Eden said a handful of negative incidences are giving police dogs a bad name. And for every excessive attack, thousands of dogs are deployed without biting. That's okay. There are 3 confirmed fatal police dog attacks in the U.S. compared to more than 1,000 cases of people dying after being tasered. Why do they always have to compare and deflect? Dog bites, however, are proportionately far more likely to require hospitalization. Canines can track down dangerous suspects and de-escalate situations. Yeah, getting attacked by a police dog definitely de-escalates the situation. It makes me calm right the fuck down. Let's see. Properly trained police dog with a responsible handler should be able to bite, hold, and release on command. In a 1999 experiment where suspects were hidden in buildings of various sizes, trained dogs were not only able to track them down more successfully than human teams, but got the job done between 4 and 20 times faster. So the fuck what? What about all these people getting attacked that didn't do anything? What about that guy's dick? You know what I'm saying? What about his life? He's dead now. I hate their fucking deflecting. So Eden shared with Vice World News from a confidential database shows 7.4 bites occurring for every 100 police dog deployments. His data shows that white people are proportionally bitten more frequently than black people overall. See how they're just going at each other with the facts? His database draws from 1,500 police agencies from North America, representing about 4,500 dogs. But he doesn't always record race. So it's, so they're just arguing about fucking nothing when we just need to get rid of these things. Criminologist from Carleton University and Professor Daryl Davies believes canines play an important role in policing, but should only be deployed when absolutely necessary. Says an officer should be held accountable by law if their dog viciously attacks someone, but acknowledged officers are rarely held accountable for violent actions to begin with, and the legal system is stacked against the victims. Sometimes police use a victim's instinctive retaliation against their beloved canine partner as justification for shooting the victim. Because, you can't fight the dog back when it attacks you, which is like everything your instincts tell you to do is to fight back. And then they have to say, because this is important, right? It's not just the humans at risk, guys. It's also the dogs. While some are stabbed or shot on the job, a 2015 examination of almost 100 dogs killed on duty found the most common cause of death was them leaving these dogs in their own hot cars. Lopez, who for decades tried to figure out how to fix police dog use, decided when investigating the Ferguson Police Department in 2014 that it's a pipe dream. Following the killing of Michael Brown, and they'd spoke with a boy who was attacked by a police dog while he was curled up on a ball inside the floor of a vacant building in a closet. The boy had been hiding because he was skipping school. The investigation also found that the Ferguson Department's 5 canines were recorded to have bitten over a 5-year span. Okay, mostly black people. So we're allowing what I consider to be an inherently dehumanizing use of force. There's just no way to fix it. There's not even a reason we would want to fix it. It's just something we need to stop doing. Okay, so there's that. Let me take a look over here in the comments. Fuck, right? Crazy people. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, Puma, he has mentioned me in several videos, and I am so appreciative. I'm not a ball buster. Shut up. I got rid of that video. All those weirdos follow me around. This is a good spot. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the police dogs are out of control. It's a total joke, Asher. Yes, shout out to everyone. Yeah, they consider these dogs cops. So if the dog's attacking you and you're being mauled on the ground and you go to fight back because something's attacking you, you're in trouble for assaulting a police officer. Okay? They get big old funerals. It drives me crazy. I know humans that don't even get funerals, can't even afford them. They get buried in a fucking plywood box, but Fluffy gets a whole procession and everything. Yes, that's what I was talking about, Beanie Girl, and she sued them, because she wasn't even the one they were looking for. Let's see. Yeah, shit bulls as police dogs. Fucking insane. Tarcisia, nice to see you. Good afternoon, Isabel. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, Billy Bob. Nice to see you. Oh, it's good to see you and good to hear from you. I appreciate your guys' emails and contacting me and everything. It means a lot to me. Totally messed up. Hopefully they put a stop to this kind of shit. Yeah, well, you notice how they had to say it's bad for the dogs too, guys. And it cracks me right the hell up that the main way that these things are dying is the very cops that claim to care about them so much care so little that they leave them in hot cars. Exactly. Actually, I made a meme about that the other day. Good to see you, Isabel. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here. I got I know. No, it's a true thing, UW. I got no sleep last night. I don't know if you can see how dark the lines are on my face, but I'm still doing it. Oh, geez, guys. Here's this damn... Let's see if it comes up on my computer. I might have to use the phone to do this. No, it came up. This is from a group called the Pitbull Problem. Tarcisia sent this to me. I also seen it on the Pitbull Problem, and a couple other people brought it up as well. This just happened the other day. This is a post from a lady. All right. God, shit like this infuriates me. And she puts pictures of her son up, and he's been bitten in the head. He's got a black eye. This just happened last night in Bridgeville. Yes, you guessed it. A pit bull dog had already bitten my mom and killed a cat prior to this incident happening. And as we all know, this child could have easily been killed. And so here's the pictures of the child all fucked up. And someone comments, "So sorry, is it bad?" Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Your dog giving kisses and hugs? My brain, y'all. Eye is swollen and infected. Head is gashed open from tooth. We're at the ER now and waiting to go into a room. Hope the dog had its shots. Keep us posted. I got a shot for this cocksucker. It's called a fucking gun. And someone comments, what kind of scumbag parent would leave a small child with an open wound that long, especially from an animal attack? Long enough time for his eye to become swollen and infected? That's several days at least. Because this woman didn't want to turn it in. She didn't plan on taking the fucking kid to the hospital. It's all about Fluffy over her own child that had already attacked her mother and killed her cat, I believe she said. Anything that attacks anybody like that should have been put out of its fucking misery. And you allowed it to stick around, then you allowed it to hurt your child. Then you're so fucking mental that you were going to make that child sit there and suffer and keep the fucking dog around it. Continue to expose your child and everyone in the neighborhood to this piece of shit that you are probably screwing, because I'm telling you, this is every time I see this stuff, it reminds me of someone that is a victim of domestic violence. Someone comes over and they're like, "Oh man, what happened to your mom?" And then the person's like, "Oh, well, it was Frank or Fluffy. But it was our fault. She scared him and but we're all going to go to therapy together and everything's going to be okay." And it's a week later and you come over and you're like, "Oh man, what happened to your kid? Yeah, fuck, look at this." And then they're like, "Oh, well, he was messing with Fluffy, and it's not the dog's fault. It's just, we did this, and he actually loves us. He loves us, so he didn't mean to hurt anybody." Just like domestic violence victims. Makes me sick. Okay? Makes me fucking sick. Here's another comment. Someone said, "This poor baby, I bet she'll keep the dog too." Exactly. And then this person said, "That fucking dog would be out back and dead, no questions asked. Seeing as they didn't seek out medical care until the infection set in, I would be calling CPS on them." Jesus Christ. This stupid woman, the initial poster says, it was all over popcorn. guys. Someone else says, horrible parenting all around. Someone else said, take that dog for a long walk in the woods, and somehow it just won't return. Someone else said, I hope the baby's vision will be okay. And a great lady I'm friends with, Robin, says, great, another kid disfigured by irresponsible dog ownership by a parent that lacks the natural protective instincts normal mothers have. They didn't immediately take the child to the ER? What shitty parents? Someone else says, I really hope one of the medical staff notified CPS as they are mandated reporters. Someone else says, this makes me so sad. Kids should not have to pay for adults' crappy decisions. Someone else says, why are the people commenting acting like this is no big deal? Idiots. I bet they will keep this monster because biting mom, killing a cat, and biting their child isn't enough. Someone else, I can only imagine how many times the line, but he is a really good dog, has been said about this monster. Lisa said, kisses and hugs, give me a break. Someone put up a meme and says, I'm the unknown pit bull you just rescued. Welcome to mayhem. Someone else put up another meme. Someone, Robin, some mothers simply lack the natural protective instincts normal mothers have. I've hated any big dogs coming anywhere near my babies. Here comes the original fucking poster again. This woman's name is Joanne Evans. I may as well just say it. Child had to go to AI DuPont. Has COVID on top of that. All four in household have COVID. This fucking woman. COVID and pit bulls. Perfect pairing. I wonder what the percentage of anti-vaxxers own pit bulls. I'm not even getting into that, but those were the comments. Okay, let me hop back into the live stream here. Apparently, yeah, this kid got attacked because popcorn. Because you can't even eat around these things. Oh, what do we got? Yeah, I'd put that fucking thing. Billy Bob, it's all good. We're just glad to have you. Kill that fucking dog. I'm saying it right now. Story is heartbreaking. I cannot believe, because look, we already know these people are fucking insane, but who the hell allows their child to get attacked like that and then leaves them sitting there? You didn't take the child to the hospital right away because she knew they might kill Fluffy. And then who's she gonna fuck? Sorry. Wild Puma. Fuck Nala too, stupid dog. I wish I could have been the person to do it. Bang, bang, Fluffy. I cannot figure out what's wrong with these people. As UW said, mutts get a free pass for the most part because society is brainwashed into thinking they're loving and innocent, no matter the severity of the attack. I actually talked to a friend of mine about this the other day, and he was like kind of taken back, like, whoa, I didn't know you felt like this, and I've known you for years. And I started to explain, and I said, would you like to see some statistics and pictures so you can understand where I'm coming from? And he's like, yeah. So I sent him to him, and he just got real quiet, and he goes, wow, Ashley, I didn't know people were this crazy, to be honest. He's like, I would kill a dog if it touched anybody. He's like, I didn't know people were doing stuff like this. And I'm like, oh, yeah. You want me to send you more stuff? He's like, no. I was like, I bet you don't. I bet you don't. It is a symptom of spiritual illness. Exactly. Yeah, and the dog almost always starts out killing other things. Tarsisi and I have been talking about that. Almost every one of these fucking pit bulls that attack someone, okay, have killed something beforehand. They start out with, like, bunnies, squirrels, cats. Then they're, like, attacking the mom. They're attacking this person and that. They're food aggressive, all of this. Videos of how dangerous popcorn is because of popcorn lung. Yeah, let's just get rid of these fucking things. Yes, and that Strawberry, he's a good friend of mine, and so at first he was kind of like, what? I didn't know you felt like this. And I said, hey, did you know, like, the percentage of family dogs that attack? And he's like, that sounds really high. And I was like, let me send you some stuff. And so I sent links to the percentages of family dogs that attack. I sent pictures of children that had been attacked. I sent the thing about Jaden Henderson. And he was just like, whoa, okay, hold the fuck up. Really? They didn't kill the dog? I didn't know we lived. Then he said to me, and I'll never forget, he said, Ashley, you know what? I did get mad at you when you first mentioned it. He goes, because all my life, all I've ever heard is dogs are good. Dogs are good. dogs are good. Dogs are good. He's like, I've never heard anybody say dogs are bad. He goes, you just freaked me out. I thought maybe something was going on with you. And I was like, and this also ties into what IHD said the other day. I've had a bunch of people accuse me of like going bonkers or crazy or something. And then they start trash talking me. And then the one lady who starts sharing my YouTube channel everywhere backfired on her because I gained like 5 subscribers that day from her page. Apparently she has more friends around her that don't like dogs than she realized. So all she did was reach out to people that needed to find us. And to those of you that may be here or watch this video, we're happy to have you in the community. Welcome. You're safe here. Exactly. Puma, it's so great to have you. So great to have everybody. But like IHD said, nobody asked me if I was okay. Nobody said like, oh, Ashley, is everything okay? Or you'd think like people, if I suddenly started like hating dogs publicly, you think one of the first things they would think is like, man, I wonder if Ashley's son got hurt. Is your son okay? Did something happen? Nope, not once. And I even told my rational friend that I was talking to the other day, I said, I find it funny. I didn't really expect it from you, but you didn't even ask me if I was okay. You just immediately deflected. And then he started talking about drinking, drugs, and stuff like that. And I was like, drinking's a voluntary action. So if someone kills themselves, drinking themselves to death is not comparable to the neighbor's dog killing someone's child. And he was like, fuck, I did that. You're right. I deflected. I didn't even ask you if you were okay. I didn't even ask if something happened to you. Why did I do that? And I was like, it's not your fault. You're brainwashed. You already said it. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. TV show, advertisement, TV show, book, advertisement. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. Dogs are good. You think I'm crazy. And I was talking to my roommate about it last night. He goes, he'll try to look stuff up for me sometimes. And he says, when I look, I have to go to the 3rd and 4th page. Most people don't even look that far. So when people say like, I wish people would look this up and I wish people would educate themselves. Well, some people might try. Go ahead, Gling. It was good. Make your dinner. Hey, what are you making? But they go to look. They're not finding this information. I have to go several pages to find it. I have to get very specific with the way I type it in, or it's not going to come up. I keep using the Rottweiler example. I wanted to talk about Rottweilers, okay? Every time I put in, why are Rottweilers a bad pet? I started with standard stuff. And then the posts come up like, no, good dogs, good dogs. Hi, Tyler. There you go. See, now look. Guys, I'm from a time where dogs lived outside in a fucking doghouse. And if they attacked or hurt somebody, they got shot. I think I said this to my roommate last night. If people started leashing their dogs and they weren't roaming at large and they were muzzling them when they brought them out, right? And they kept them in their own fucking yard and shot them when they hurt someone, I wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. I would have nothing to talk about. The stories would be so minimal. So thank you, Tyler, for being a common sense having individual. Welcome. Good to have you. If they weren't so exactly. Thank you. And everybody be polite. Because remember, we welcome people that have common sense. I'm not here to be mean to anybody. I'm here to spread awareness. That being said, what are you making? Chicken and veggies. I think we're having tacos tonight because I'm lazy. And I made lemon pepper chicken last night and a bunch of stuff. And I'm tired of washing dishes and doing all this. And I've been working all fucking day. So see how polite everyone is? And this is what I want, guys. I'm going to be an asshole here. We don't want to be like some other pages that were mentioned yesterday. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Treating people like shit, down talking people, kicking people out, blocking people, all that. Okay, we're not here to do that kind of stuff. This is a good community where we are teaching people. Yes, I cuss. Yes, I talk about dogs that I've punched and that I've thrown and that I've kicked or shot. I have never, ever just gone out and been like, hey, doggy, and picked it up and just started killing it. I'm not some psycho, okay? I have killed a dog to defend my son. I have killed dogs that were attacking cattle. I have killed dogs in self self-defense. Legally. Okay? So everybody get it straight. This taco is hopping back into the emails. Let's do it. I am taco. Hashtag I am taco. Thank you. Thank you, Puma. You know, and that's just one of the reasons. Now, remember, like I said, we don't want to be like some other pages and be fucking assholes. Exactly. Hey, I try not to be an asshole, but I am. So it's very easy for me. Let's move on. Tarcisia sent me this. This is very frustrating. This happened in Spain 2 days ago. She did not send me the translation. Okay. But I'm going to go through here and I'll do my best. A 5-year-old boy. Let me stop this. Potential spam. A 5-year-old boy, okay, was killed by dogs. And these dogs even had a microchip and coordinating central emergencies. And it occurred in Lasso de Campo. I see, like I said, I'm not big. I can do some Spanish, but actual Spain is rougher for me. So the family, let's see, of the dog, police investigation into the young 5-year-old boy that was attacked. So yeah, 5-year-old boy attacked and killed in Spain by, you guessed it, pit bulls. Yeah, 5 years old and lose his life. Okay. This, like, and you talk about like the 89-year-old lady who was killed. She's been on this planet how long? Has created generations of people and has a whole life to live. And she gets torn down by these fucking dogs. 5-year-old children. 22:40. Damn, it's late. You should be in bed, Puma. What time is it here? 22:43? No, it's 2:43. I live in Arizona. Yeah, let's put all these mutts to bed. See? And I've got plenty of pictures of coyotes that I've killed as well. I don't see why people have to live the way they do. And this woman choosing that dog over her kid and letting him sit there and suffer with this terrible infection is fucking disgusting. Disgusting. And guys, Tyler made a good point, and let's touch back on that. Throughout history, canines have been a fucking menace. Even the ones we claim to have around and like train were constantly stealing food from us, attacking each other, attacking children, spreading diseases, parasites, and fleas. Coyotes, fox, even though they're beautiful, fox, right, and whatever, and cool out in their own territory, they are menaces when it comes to farms. If you have chickens, if you're trying to raise anything, they are vermin, and they show up fucking stuff up all the time. I have mentioned a couple times, and I'll mention it again. Thank you. Tarcisia just broke it down for us in a nutshell. The family dog killed the boy in his sleep, the pit bull, the 5-year-old boy in Spain. Thank you, Tarcisia. Most dogs I killed in a day was because of cattle in Texas. Completely legal. Okay? Nothing as satisfying as getting target practice, shooting through a rifle, killing dogs that are attacked. And dude, guys, you know what they do? Half the reason you kill them out there, they'll come in 2 or 3 deep, these dogs. These aren't feral dogs. These are escaping neighbor dogs, okay? And they round the heifer, all right? And she gets all disoriented, trying to, much love to all the new people. So, yeah, what about the nanny dog? What happened? Oh, no. Maybe he had some popcorn, so it's okay, right? These dogs will come in. Hey, we'll see you soon, Puma. And these dogs will come in and separate the heifer from her calf. Once they've done that, they pull the calf away and they kill it while it's alive. They eat it while it's alive. They basically eat it to death. It's a horrific. Now, you know, and that's debatable, Tyler, and that's totally cool. I personally, and this is probably just my opinion because I've been dealing with so much of this, you know, wish that they were just all gone. But my primary focus is working on the more dangerous breeds of dogs, okay? And I believe, personally, if we started making people having to pay to get rid of the feces of their own animals instead of just leaving it all over their yards or dumping it into the trash for the fucking landfills to deal with, if they actually started getting fines for letting these things loose, if they actually had to license and permit these things, most of these problems would go away out on their own. Okay? And yes, thank you, Isabel. Also, real quick in between emails, I'm going to bring up the Facebook page again. Beanie, can you throw up a link? Oh, she already did. Look at you. You're the shit. The best taco ever. If you were a taco in a restaurant, you would be Taco Supreme. That's right. So yeah, guys, see right here, Beanie Girl just commented up there about the Facebook group. And there it is again. Thank you. Anyone who's on there, we're having a great time on there, posting and saying whatever we want without getting shit taken down. Taco Supreme. Okay, I'm going to get into the next email, and then I'll probably be close to wrapping this up. I'm going to save some extra stories. Oh, great. Hey, they took down an article. How strange. That's weird. Why would they take down an article about something so crazy? Okay. Looks like they took that down, but hey, guess what? They can't hide it because I already read the fucking article. So now I'm just going to voice it back to you. A man left $5 million to his dog when he died. This isn't unusual, and a lot of these people will leave all this money to fucked up organizations like the Best Friends Animal Society, the Animal Farm Foundation, the Pit Bull Lobby, all these stupid things. This guy left $5 million, and the woman that has the dog is like, she even sounds weirded out by it in the interview, and she's all, yeah, I mean, like, it's, you know, it's a dog, it's a good dog. She even says it, like, just like that, like, yeah, oh, yeah. And then they go on to list off several other stories about these rich people leaving, and some of these people, not surprising, right? But brace yourself. Some of these people actually have living heirs and children, you know, human children, and they're leaving all of their money and businesses and stuff to the dog. And so basically what they do in most cases is they're like, okay, Fluffy gets my $5 million. You're the person, say it was UW. Yeah, I know, honey, you're not going to take care of a dog, but we're just going to use you as an example real quick. Say UW had a super rich father, and when he died, instead of just leaving him the $5 million, he would go, you have to care for Fluffy. And when Fluffy dies of a ripe old age, then you can have what's left over after taking care of Fluffy. Then and only then. Not because UW is, yeah, thank you for the thumbs up. Not because UW is his son. Not because that's his actual heir, his human ancestry. Not because, thanks, Dad, asshole. Not because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to build a foundation and a life and land and a business to leave it to your child. To say, here, son, you know, I built this. What fucking dog? I built this and I want you to have it. I want you to pass this on to your son, UW. I want you to pass this on to your children. And I'm proud and happy to have worked. And no. You guys, I would not handle it well. I don't have any family, so I don't know what the fuck this would be like, but I would not handle it well if my family member left me a fucking Fluffy, the $5 million to take care of Fluffy. And guys, unfortunately, this is not uncommon. This happens a lot. A whole lot. Can you imagine how insulting that is? Not only did you live your whole life like underneath this animal because your parents cared about it more than they cared about you, or equally, which is still fucking creepy, but they even showed it to you in death. Even in death. I've seen a story where they were like, yeah, you get to inherit my house with the dog, and you actually inherit the house if Fluffy lives this long. That's true. Thank you, Beanie. You're my family. See, we're family here. We're a beautiful community. And I thank everyone for joining once again, and thank you for hitting the likes. The likes do help the videos get out. I had one of the Bryans telling me that he could not find my last live stream to save his life. It just would not come up, and it took like a day and a half, but I felt bad for him because everybody else had gotten a hold of me and said, dude, I seen the live stream. And I'm like, poor guy. You're fam too, Strawberry. And I do need to get around to your topic. I wanted to make it a better video, though, and actually cover it in depth. So let's see what else I've got here in the email. I sure wish that stupid story would come up, even though I basically remembered it all. But that doesn't stop me from being irritated with it. So this one's from Juan Pablo from the Facebook page, okay? Juan is cool, dude. We've all fast become family there. I think the group is up to about like 46, 47 people. Meanwhile, I think the YouTube channel's up to about 270. So that's good. The more people we're reaching, the better. But Juan Pablo sent this. I'm really loving the Facebook page because everybody's comments don't get taken down. Fucking fantastic. This was from the 6th of December of 2021. Okay? Yes, I know, computer. Vicious dog that killed a 4-year-old boy in Cordoba, Spain, had attacked the child before. Tarcisia, you can stop me if this is the same story, but I don't feel like it is. The one child was 5, this one's 4. But no, I don't think it's the same. So the vicious dog that killed a 4-year-old boy in Cordoba, Spain, had attacked the child shortly before his savage death. Okay. The Belgian Malinois, nope, different story. And these dogs are awful. Who killed a dog under the age of 5 in the early hours of Saturday on a farm in Lucena, had already attacked the child before. You know, you see how many of these accidents, tragic accidents, could be prevented if we just shot the dog? According to a report from ABC, the attack had occurred shortly before the fatal attack, although sources have not been able to specify exactly when. I don't fucking care. It's attacked the child before. Apparently, the injuries caused in the first attack by the dog that lived on the farm with the family were not serious enough for concern, but they did cause some injuries to the child's side. The neighbors of the child's parents spoke about how they had lived those harrowing hours in the early hours of Saturday, September 5th. One of them said that the mother's horrific screams were the ones that alerted the residents of the area. I went to the window and she told me, the dog has killed my son. I wouldn't be, I'd be rolling in that thing's entrails. Like, rolling in it. Covered in blood, laughing like a fucking psychopath, and wearing his pelt on my head and doing a voodoo dance. Another of the neighbors stated that they had already warned the family to be careful with the animal, which belonged to the owner of the farm where the parents and the minor lived as guardians. I told him, be very careful with that dog. If you got to say that, why can't we? My answer is always kill the dog. According to police involved in the case of the child's tragic death, there are as of yet no arrests for this case, and that shocked the city of Lucena, although investigations are continuing pending the results of the autopsy. The case is not under summary secrecy, and the judge is waiting to receive the police reports and the results of the autopsy to be performed at the Institute of Legal Medicine, as indicated by Superior Court Justice of Andalusia. Okay, so here's a little update. Witnesses alerted the 112 services around 3:12 a.m. on the morning of Sunday, September 5th, to report that the 4-year-old minor had been bitten by the dog in a farmhouse located on Los Llanos Road, which is located. Child had been immediately transferred to a healthcare center in the municipality by a private vehicle, and the health services later certified his death. So there's that. Are we all having fun? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. Thank you, fam. Let's see. Oh, we are closing in on 300, Isabel. I'm pretty excited. Oh, that's a good idea, UW. I like that. I like 311. Let's see. Nope, it's not the same story, Tarcisia. Sad, it just keeps happening. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to save some of these emails. Let me take a peek real quick. You know what? let's do one other story. One of my next videos is actually going to be about Kentucky, and we're going to cover every little bit. I'm going to start covering the states, like from top to bottom. This came from September 6th of 2021 as well. Lifelong safe dog advocate could not save mother from Rottweiler. Anne-Marie Rogers tried, but family did not heed warnings. This will be our last story, guys. Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Ben and probably Ren, two family Rottweilers on September 2nd, family dogs again, 2021, fatally mauled Sally Frederica Rogers, 91 years old, on her daughter Susan Rogers' back deck in Bloomfield. Standing just 4'11" and suffering from memory impairment and other conditions of age, Sally Frederica Rogers never stood a chance after even one of the Rottweilers detonated, let alone if both did. I like the term detonated because that's what it is. They're fine until they're not. It was a horrific attack with gruesome injuries, the other daughter, Anne-Marie, told Animals 24/7. After doing the necessary post-mauling cleanup at her sister's house, the victim, like many victims of pit bull and Rottweiler attacks, was essentially dismembered alive. Ironically, no one has done more in Michigan over the past 35 years as shelter worker, humane educator, rescuer, and victim advocate to prevent dog attacks than Anne-Marie Rogers. Anne-Marie Rogers had foreseen and tried to prevent the Rottweiler attack that killed her mother, but her efforts were to no avail. This should be a wake-up call for people. Susan Rogers was aware of the elevated risk associated with pit bulls and was even a donor to Daxton Friends for canine education and awareness, founded in memory of the 2013 pit bull victim, Daxton Borkart. But Susan Rogers was enamored of a succession of Rottweilers, and even after another Rottweiler, now deceased, almost bit off one of Sally Frederica Rogers' fingers. These stupid fucking people. Despite that, Sally Frederica Rogers did not want to live anywhere else. Ben, the 1.5-year-old neutered male, was the one who killed her, I am sure. If you're so sure, why the hell did you allow this thing around your family? These people. Susan Rogers, who may now face possible charges, including second-degree homicide and or manslaughter, elder neglect, and interfering with a crime scene, was picking up her friend from the hospital down the road. She was gone for an hour. During that time, Sally Frederica Rogers and the two Rottweilers were left without supervision. Then she hid the Rottweilers. She returned to discover her mother dying on the deck. Guess what? You guys already know. She promptly called emergency services, but then she hid the Rottweilers in a bedroom, initially telling police a friend had taken them. Guys, these people are protecting these dogs over their own mothers and children. This is why I want them all gone. It's a mental illness. This isn't just people owning dogs in a doghouse in the backyard anymore. This is a mental illness. Your mother was just killed. And all you could think about is, ouch, my brain, y'all. Sally Frederica Rogers, already seriously injured and unresponsive by the time police arrived. She is fucking with these dogs while her mother lays there and dies. She was taken to the hospital, where she then succumbed to her injuries. Yeah. The fucking dogs, male and female Rottweilers, were litter mates, and they were impounded by the Bloomfield Hills Animal Shelter. He told Animals 24/7 that the female, who cares which one was for, after he was returned to the breeder by a family whom they said wanted a fiercer dog. Because that's what's up, right? This fucking phone. Oh, it's Jade. I'm going to have to call her right back. Okay. Ben and Ren. Oh, no, I just did that. Oh, my God. I've had some wonderful Rottweilers, but had to euthanize 90% of them for aggression. I used to do Rottie rescue, she reminded Animals. Why are you talking about this? Your mom is dead. Lord help me. I had to euthanize 90% of them for aggression issues, so I got one and put it in the house with my old mother. Shouldn't say that. I'm saying that. But mentioned she's had some wonderful Rottweilers in particular, and then names them off. Your mother is dead. I wanted my sister to put that one to sleep. He'd been showing signs of aggression, including unprovoked snap at herself during a training exercise, but she did not heed his warnings or mine. Animals 24/7 logs fatal and disfiguring dog attacks practically every day, and at least half or more of the fatality cases and many of the disfigurements. Someone within the family, close to the family, or otherwise in the neighborhood had tried to warn the dog owner, and often also tried to warn animal control and or police that the dog had demonstrated dangerous behavior such as biting, snapping, and killing other animals. Tarcisia, there it is again. Couldn't save my own mother. We do victim advocacy work to educate and raise awareness in an effort to save lives. Guys, couldn't save my own mother. I'm devastated. Lady, you've talked about every fucking Rottweiler you owned until you finally said you were devastated. The breeder I want to go after, she said, they sell $2,000 killers. I've always had a passion for animals. Right back to the animals again, particularly dogs. Yeah, when you say animals, you mean dogs, you fucking psychopath. I volunteered at a local humane society as a teenager and later worked at the Michigan Humane Society in various capacities. Adoption counselor, wildlife specialist, animal behaviorist, evaluator, vet tech. This woman is obviously insane. I hope she does get charged. This is sick. While attending the University of, her mother fought and raised her all her life so that she could allow her to be killed by these dogs and then still worry more about the dogs. I love the experience and education I received. Blah, 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 blah. More dog stuff. As a shelter evaluator, blah, 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 it was my job to blah, 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 and temperament test dogs and determine if they're suitable to be. You're obviously bad at your fucking job. If a dog passed a temperament test, that was not a guarantee it would never bite, so I'd take him home and let him kill my mom. Fuck. If a dog failed a temperament test by displaying aggression to people or other animals, the dog would be humanely euthanized. I did that too. It was my job to decide which animals went up for adoption. So how many dangerous dogs you guys think this lady put out into the world? Because she couldn't even gauge the dogs she fucking lived with. She founded her own rescue organization. No place like home. She also served for years as an animal control officer. Eventually, she formed a second organization, Responsible Citizens for Public Safety. Fuck. To campaign on behalf of both human and animal rights. 582 dead Americans give me great concern. I actually know this group too, so. God. Guys, both rots and pits are 11 times more dangerous than the average dog. A widespread perception persists that because Rottweiler-inflicted fatalities and disfigurements are less often reported than fatalities and disfigurements inflicted by pit bulls, Rottweilers are somehow safer dogs. In truth, as Animals 24/7 is established through 40 years of logging fatal and disfiguring dog attacks in the U.S., Canada, and several other nations, both pit bulls and Rottweilers are approximately 11 times more likely to kill or disfigure a person than the average dog. That makes both pit bulls and Rottweilers about 3 times more dangerous than German Shepherds, Bull Mastiffs, Dobermans, and most other breed types commonly recognized as a high risk. Thus far, in 2021, 33 fatalities in the U.S. resulting directly from dog behavior include 23 fatal pit bull attacks, 4 by Rottweilers, 1 by a pit rot mix, and 2 by Cane Corsos. Most recent Rottweiler fatality before Sally Frederica Rogers was a 19-month-old Ryan Francis Foster. That's the one in Brooklyn. You guys remember the mother even showed up on the channel. Terrible situation. It was a guard dog. He had a history of violence, and police had told the media Vernon Foster was charged in 2021, slamming the boy's mother, Susan Hare, into a wall hard enough to leave a hole in the wall. He was then arrested on August 11, 2021, charged this time with criminal negligent homicide, manslaughter, and acting in a manner injurious to a child. He was divorced hire. That her name was Susie Q on the handle. She was divorced from Vernon Foster and living separately and had custody of the boys, but they were allowed to be with Foster for weekend visits. She said that she thought Foster had the kids at his Bedford home, but instead the boys and dog were all left at the Flatbush home of Foster's parents who were out of the country. The dog's a vicious dog. It's very, very vicious, she said. He just left the children and went to work, and I'm confused by this. He went to work like it was nothing. I don't understand why he didn't call anybody or go in late to work. The Rottweiler, she explained, is a guard dog and not a dog that was meant to be around children. The fatal attack occurred, according to Hire, when the dog lunged at Ryan. He grabbed him by his collar and shirt. Okay, so let's skip through this. Rots have killed 4 toddlers so far this year. Running outside to seek help, the 2 children had alerted a neighbor who drove Buster back with a shovel. Okay, 2 children managed to lock the deranged dog in a bathroom. When the first responders arrived, the fatally wounded baby was in the lobby of the building. Okay, they detailed the comparable deaths of 10-month-old Malia Scott Winbury, killed by 2 family Rottweilers at her rural home in North Carolina, and a 4-year-old Elliot Jeffrey Sherwin, fatally mauled by 2 Rottweilers at his grandparents' home. All of these are family dogs. I know that one was a guard dog, but it lived with people in the house. It's not, you know. And guys, that's it for that. Whew. I'll tell you what. I'm not nitpicking any breed. I want them all dead. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. I want every one of these fucking things dead. I believe the first time one of these killed a child, don't care what fucking breed of dog it is, kill them all. I'm done with it. People can't control these things. And so, you know, I can agree on that part. It's the owners or whatever, but they can't and they won't. And now that they're humanized, doesn't matter. They're murderers, and I'm fucking sick of it. Kill them all. Every single fucking one. All of these fucking big-ass dogs. I'm done with it. And then we start with the little ones, but that's a story for another day. Let's see what you guys got to say. Nope, they are not talking about wild stock or livestock or wildlife when they say animals. It's dogs. Dogs, dogs, dogs. And yes, the dogs probably were. Feed them poison. Hey. Hi, Pikachu. I agree. A rescue for rots. What could go wrong? Hey, let's start 2 or 3 of them. I don't believe in having any children around dogs, Tyler. We will never agree on that. They are not okay to have around children. These things can snap at any given moment. It is not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. We can't get inside the heads of these things. And no matter how much you train them, they should never, ever, ever be alone with a child. Never. Which means now you have the responsibility of watching them 24/7. I disagree, but that's okay. No dogs should be trained to be around children. I'm going to have to strongly disagree with you on that. Yeah, I would never, ever. Only dog, one that doesn't trust you yet, to beat the dog shit out of it 24/7, and I still wouldn't leave it around my child. Never, never, ever. I love my son too much to leave him around any fucking dog. So let's just get clear there. Let's see. I don't trust any dog either, Billy Bob. Fuck that. I'm always ready to kill one of these fucking things. Yeah, and we can respect your opinion, but so are Dalmatians too. I already said that. Kill them all. Let's just get rid of them all and be done with it. No more resource sucking. No more humane society. No more weird bondage equipment for dogs. No more vets. No more shit. No more flies. No more barking. No more children being attacked. No more elderly people dying. Kill them all. I'll happily help. I have to agree with you, UW. That seems like a lot of energy to put out. Yeah, and that's good. That's cool. Tyler, but never. Morpheus, I agree. I'm sick of that. So, all right, guys. Let's see. Small shitty dogs. All right, guys. I'm wrapping this one up. I'm going to go get my son off the bus here soon, and I'm going to eat some fucking snacks. And yes, even little dogs are dangerous, especially around children. And as Lisa pointed out, and we all know, People who have limbs amputated just from being bit by small dogs because of the fucking bacteria in their mouths. There is the link to the Facebook group again for those of you who haven't joined. It's a private group. You don't have to worry about weirdos following you. There are no dog nuts in there. We don't allow that. We don't even allow, no offense to Tyler or anyone else with dogs, you guys aren't allowed in there. Okay? We have one or two people that are reasonable enough. But long story we won't go into right now. Fling, you have a wonderful day. Everyone, Oliver, Morpheus, thank you to everyone that joined. Pikachu, welcome to all the new subscribers, and thank you so much. I appreciate you guys all. I'm going to go through, no, thank you, Billy Bob. My pleasure. Thank you to the mods. Yes, and I agree with you, UW, and that's very polite because I'm glad to have him, but the Facebook page is our sanctuary. This is where we get really nasty with stuff and talk about whatever we want, so it's very refreshing and definitely happy for me. It's like being on Cooking with Dog Meat's channel. Anyways, I love y'all. I thank you so much from the bottom of my dog-hating heart. All these dog lovers can kiss my dog-hating ass. Fuck Fluffy. Get your steel-toe boots. Carry your weapons. Take your planet back. Stop hiding from these things. All right? Be strong. So, much love, everybody. Do what you got to do. Pikachu, thank you so much. I do what I can. I just treat people the way I would like to be treated without compromising my ethics. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I got to go call Jade back in case something's wrong with her because she's not on the chat, but she's calling me, which makes me concerned. And I appreciate you all so much. See you soon.